leader of a small Caribbean island with a population of 72,000 people, I did not fancy my chances of getting such a swift, positive response to my request.
India has been sending out vaccine doses in large numbers to other countries under the Vaccine Maitri initiative. This shipment of 2 million doses of vaccine to Brazil marked the start of India's export of vaccine. Just to give you a perspective of the shortages of vaccine globally and how India is stepping in to fulfill the demand, while Canada is still on track to get 6 million doses of Pfizer and Moderna vaccines by the end of March, India, on the other hand, has already supplied around 15.6 million vaccine doses to 17 countries like Bhutan, Maldives, Bangladesh, Nepal, Myanmar, Mauritius, Seychelles, Sri Lanka, the UAE, Brazil, Morocco, Bahrain, Oman, Egypt, Algeria, Kuwait, and South Africa. All of these vaccines were given free of cost by India, and India is planning to gift 500,000 doses of coronavirus vaccines to CARICOM countries, that is the Caribbean Community, and another 200,000 doses each to Nicaragua and the Pacific Island states. Apart from the 17 countries who already received India's vaccine, 30 other countries are now reaching out to India for the coronavirus vaccine.
Has the government of Trinidad and Tobago considered approaching any foreign government for a donation of COVID-19 vaccines?
Madam Speaker, the Ministry of Health has been having bilateral discussions with the government of China since October 2020. And once WHO approval is received for that vaccine made in China, we will follow up that, and we are confident that we would be able to access supplies from that quarter.
India is also very well on its way to supply vaccines to China. So far, with China's vaccine Sinopharm and Sinovac, the results have been very patchy with lack of data and transparency. On top of it, the countries who have received Chinese vaccines, like Brazil and Thailand, found the efficacy rates of Chinese vaccines at an abysmal 50%.
The truth is, the world is turning away from Chinese vaccines like all things Chinese. The developed countries of the West are turning isolationist. India is slowly but surely stepping into a leadership role here and displaying compassion, the kind of which has never been seen before. Other developing nations like South Africa, Kenya and Nigeria are looking forward to Indian vaccines, as are many West Asian countries, including Saudi Arabia and the United Arab Emirates. Why is the world interested in Indian vaccines? A, they're cost-effective, and B, they're safe. The Moderna vaccine, for example, is expected to cost around $30, Sputnik V around $10. Now compare this to Covishield from India, approximately $6.
Trinidad and Tobago has so far invested 66 million TT dollars for the purchase of 462,000 vaccines, enough for 33% of the population.
From the African Medicines Council platform, we were initially allocated 226,000 doses. That has now been increased to 426,000 doses. We are awaiting price estimates and
you would know this by now. India is known as the world's pharmacy. Vaccine developers from around the world have been tying up with Indian plants since the beginning of the pandemic. These are some of India's renowned vaccine manufacturers. India's pharma sector caters to 50% of the global vaccine demand, 40% of the generic demand in the United States, and 25% of all medicines in the UK. Indian drugs are exported to more than 170 countries globally. India is also home to the world's largest vaccine manufacturer, the Serum Institute of India. It produces 1.5 billion doses of vaccines every year. The UK's GlaxoSmithKline, in comparison, manufactures 0.69 billion doses. Sanofi from France manufactures 1 billion doses. America's Merck and Johnson & Johnson produce less than 0.2 billion doses every year. The Serum Institute of India is currently manufacturing the Oxford AstraZeneca Covishield vaccine. It will also supply 200 million doses of vaccines to the COVAX Alliance to distribute vaccines to poorer countries. India is ensuring equitable distribution of vaccines. As India's Prime Minister said, India is ready to save humanity with 2 made-in-India vaccines.
Madam Speaker, the Ministry of Health has been having bilateral discussions with the government of China since October 2020. And once WHO approval is received for that vaccine made in China, we will follow up that, and we are confident that we would be able to access supplies from that quarter.